Guys, Kenwood Sports, man. I'm back with another one, man. Back with another video. I'm still on these playoffs, these 2024-2025 NFL playoffs. I'm about to talk about the Chargers, the LA Chargers at the Houston Texans. I expect this to be a good game also. A good AFC wild card game on Saturday, okay? But before I get into it, y'all already know I got the best sports channel on YouTube, period. I looked all around. I didn't find another one better than mine, okay? But listen, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think gonna win this game. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a video. But listen, man, the LA Chargers, man, this is a team that I have been pushing for over the last few years in the regular season and in the playoffs because they had so much talent on both sides of the ball. I just like to see good football. These dudes got some. They lost Keenan Allen, who's a third down machine that can catch. His catch rate is crazy. They lost Austin Eckler, but they got J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards from the Ravens. Okay, so they're not missing nothing on the run game with those guys together if they can stay healthy over there. But I like that squad. I feel like they had enough talent to go far, to make a good playoff run. Justin Herbert, he's not what everybody say he is. As far as the media goes, the way they try to push him out front, as far as the top quarterbacks in the league, he does have talent. He does have an arm. I think he just got to put it all together, and he hasn't done that yet. But given that they got Jim Harbaugh now, their head coach, I feel like he's a big difference maker. I know he moves the needle for these guys. They finished this year at 11-6, and I admit it was a quiet 11-6. Right now, I didn't watch them that much this year, but I watched them a few different games, and my assessment on them is undetermined. I just don't know what to think about these dudes, even though Jim Harbaugh is the coach, even though I know they do got talent all over the field. Lad McConkey has been going crazy, man. That's one of the best young receivers in the league out of Georgia. I knew he was good at Georgia. I didn't know where he was going to be in the league. I didn't really have that many high expectations for him. Okay, but he has been going off. Him and Brock Bowers both going off this year. Both those guys out of Georgia. Quentin Johnson for the Chargers though. He is a guy who was expected to be a big time receiver, a big body. He had problems dropping the ball a lot over the last couple of years. But Jim Harbaugh is the only reason why I'm giving these dudes a chance this week. Going to Houston. This is the team that when they was coached by Brandon Staley, who I said he's been fired and Jim Harbaugh was his replacement. He just wasn't a good coach. I had already been standing on the table about him being fired. I said he needed to be fired. Dennis Allen needed to be fired. Matt Nagy or Matt Eberflus, he needed to go. Nagy too. Nagy been gone from the Bears. But at the same time, Jim Harbaugh is the reason. Brandon Staley, he's not a good coach. He didn't lead this team in the right direction, which I felt like they could have went very far. But Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, that combination, you got to have a good coach and you got to have a good quarterback combination to work together. Somebody who know about the offense, somebody who can light a fire under the quarterback, know him, know how to treat him, know how to talk to him, and understand what the guy does well. And Jim Harbaugh is that type of coach. He's a player's coach. He's always been known as a player coach. And when his time was at the 49ers, he got a hell of a personality with his time with Michigan. Okay? So they got talent all over the field. Defense side of the ball, still got Khalil Mack over there. Christian Fulton playing corner, still got Derwin James out there. They got talent all over, just like I said. But the Texans at home, the Texans have been playing bad. They have been playing bad, man. They got a 10-6 record. And you would look at that record, or a 10-7 record. You would look at that record and say, okay, they ain't that bad. They made the playoffs. They won their division. But when it came time to play some teams, they get the confidence built up. I felt like they stood down. I know they had a lot of injuries. I know Tank Dell just went down. I know Nico Collins probably missed a couple of games, and they also lost Diggs. I know they're a different team without Joe Mixon in that backfield. Plus, they're getting Aziz Al-Shaair back from that suspension. He had a 3-game suspension. So I believe that defense gonna come together, and I feel like they're gonna be hard on the Chargers offense. It's all about how the Texans offense gonna play. Okay, they just added Deontay Johnson to their receiving core, given that they don't have Tank Dell, they don't have Diggs. I know they got Michi and they got Robert Woods. I'm not sure. I seen a couple of those guys with a questionable status as far as the injury report. But bringing in Deontay Johnson is a nice talent. I like Deontay Johnson. I thought he was going to be more of a factor with the Carolina Panthers. I didn't feel like he was going to get anything done with the Ravens because the fact that the Ravens already have Zay Flowers, he already got Mark Andrews, Nelson Aguilar, and Rashad Bateman over there to get targets. So I felt like he'd have been the odd man out. The odd man out. He's a talented receiver. He had over probably like 1,100 yards in 2021 or 2022. I know when George Pickens came into the Steelers, that's when Deontay Johnson lost his favor as the #1 guy. I felt like he was about to be the #1 guy over there. But he is now with the Texans, Deontay Johnson. He's going to be out there with Nico Collins. Joe Mixon is all good to go. So they're going to have their skill position players intact. Still got Dalton Schultz at tight end, who I trust. CJ just got to get his head together. I don't know if he injured or what, but he's not looking the same as he looked last year. He don't have that same confidence. I feel like he lost a little bit of it. But if the Texans can get their offense going, and I know their defense gonna come to play. I know Danielle Hunter gonna come to play. I know Will Anderson, Aziz Al-Shaair gonna come to play. I know that defense gonna step up because they at home, and like I told y'all before, the Texans got some of the biggest the biggest support system with fan-wise in Houston. Is just crazy. They're gonna have an advantage being at NRG Stadium on Saturday. Okay, so I think I'm believing that the Texans can win this game. I'm believing that the Texans will win this game if CJ Stroud come to play. That's what it's going to be hinging on, if CJ Stroud come to play. But I'm definitely going to be watching this. I'm going to keep a close eye on this game. I'm going to get back with y'all on this one. But go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like this video if you're watching this video, man. Hit that like button. I'm out.